Alright, crazy people, you've seen the sights, you've taken the selfies, but you still scream foreigner louder than a sunburn, and cargo shorts combo. Here's how to travel like a local, even if you still pronounce croissant like croissant. Want to blend in and not get charged the tourist price for a bottle of water? You're in the right place. Look, I get it. New city, new smells. The urge to document every goddamn pastry for Instagram is strong. But trust me, there's a better way. It's about ditching the itinerary, losing the selfie stick, and actually tasting the damn croissant. Forget the hotel buffet, folks, those sad, lukewarm scrambled eggs. That's not breakfast, that's a cry for help. You want to eat with the locals? You gotta rise with them. Think about it. When was the last time you saw a real Parisian tucking into a plate of soggy bacon at 10 a.m.? Exactly. They're long gone, caffeinating at some sidewalk cafe, arguing about philosophy and ignoring the croissants, because let's face it, the tourists have ruined those too. Find that local spot. The one with the wobbly tables, the stained napkins, and the owner who looks like he's seen some shit. That's where the good stuff is. The strong coffee, the fresh bread, the chance to eavesdrop on conversations you won't understand. Get your ass out of bed and into the real city before the sun melts the sidewalks and the tourists clog the arteries of the city. Trust me, you'll thank me later. Listen up, Michelin star chasers. You want an authentic meal? The kind that'll make your taste buds sing opera? Ditch the fancy restaurants with their 15-page wine lists and sommeliers who look down their noses at you. You want real food? You gotta find the places where the chairs are plastic, the menus are laminated, and the only thing fancy is the way the auntie in the back wields a cleaver. These places don't need Michelin stars. They've got something better. Generations of tradition, recipes passed down like family heirlooms, and flavors that'll knock your socks off. Don't be scared of the line out the door, the lack of English spoken, or the fact that you have no idea what you're ordering. Point, smile, and trust your gut. This, my friends, is where the magic happens. So you think you can waltz into a foreign country, armed with nothing but a phrase book and a fanny pack and expect to blend in? Think again, amigo. Learning a few key phrases in the local language is like showing up to a dinner party with a decent bottle of wine instead of a six-pack of Bud Light. It shows you give a damn. Hello, thank you, bathroom. These aren't just words, they're keys to unlocking a culture. Master these, and you'll be treated less like a clueless tourist and more like a visiting cousin, the one they actually tolerate at family gatherings. Put down the Uber app, ditch the tour bus, and for God's sake give those poor blistered feet a fighting chance. This city ain't gonna explore itself. Walking isn't just good for your health, it's good for your soul. It's the only way to truly experience the rhythm of a place, to stumble upon hidden alleys, to feel the pulse of the city beneath your feet. You'll find cafes tucked away in corners, hear music spilling out of unmarked doorways, and maybe even get invited to a backgammon game by a group of old men who think you look lost. You are, and that's the point. So ditch the wheels, embrace the blisters, and get wonderfully, gloriously lost. You never know what you'll find down those cobblestone streets. Forget your air-conditioned tour bus and your overpriced taxis. You want to get a taste of the real city? You gotta ride like the locals do. Cram yourself onto a crowded bus. Hop on the back of a scooter. Let a chicken share your seat on a rickety train. Sure, it might be cramped, chaotic, and involve a near-death experience or two, but it's also an adventure, a chance to rub shoulders, literally, with the people who call this place home. Plus, nothing says I'm a local like emerging from a public transit scrum with your dignity intact and a newfound appreciation for personal space. Sure, those tourist traps are a great place to buy overpriced souvenirs and support the I Heart Insert City Name Here t-shirt industry. But if you want to shop like a local, you gotta ditch the trinkets and embrace the chaos. Forget your credit cards, folks. This is a cash-only operation. Think bustling markets, street vendors hawking their wares, and tiny shops where the owner knows every customer by name. Haggling is encouraged. Good humor is essential. And the only ripoff you'll find is the irresistible aroma of spices and street food wafting through the air. So put away your guidebook, grab a fistful of local currency, and get ready to haggle your way to a truly authentic shopping experience. Look, I get it, you're excited to be here. You're ready to embrace the culture, order the food, and maybe even bust out a few questionable dance moves. But hold your horses, amigo. Every place has its own rhythm, its own unspoken rules of engagement. Before you jump in head first, take a moment to observe. Watch how the locals interact, how they greet each other, how they order their coffee. Do they point with their lips, eat with their hands, use 3 different greetings depending on the time of day? Pay attention. These are the subtle cues that separate the tourists from the temporarily disguised. Want to escape the tourist bubble and experience life like a local? Ditch the guided tours and sign up for something ordinary. Join a yoga class, get your hair cut, volunteer at a local charity, or even just grab a coffee at a cafe and read a book. The point is to do something mundane, something that allows you to blend in and observe the rhythms of daily life. You'll meet people who actually live there, who can offer insights and perspectives that no guidebook can provide. And who knows? You might even make a friend or two along the way. Every city has its own rhythm, a heartbeat that dictates the pace of life. It might be a frenetic salsa in Havana, a languid tango in Buenos Aires, or a perfectly timed waltz in Vienna. The key is to listen to that rhythm, to feel it in your bones. Don't try to impose your own sense of time and urgency on a place that dances to a different beat. Slow down, savor the moments, and let the city unfold before you at its own pace. Order another coffee, linger over a long lunch, and don't be afraid to embrace the art of doing absolutely nothing. Trust me, your itinerary will survive. You know what real locals don't do? They don't walk around announcing how local they are, they just exist, seamlessly blending into the fabric of the city. So lose the "I'm a local" act, ditch the need to prove your street cred. The goal isn't to become a carbon copy of the people who live here, it's to absorb the vibe, to move with the flow, to become a temporary thread in the rich tapestry of the city. Sit at a cafe, sip your drink, observe the world around you. You don't need to be fluent in the language, you just need to be present, be open, be cool. Traveling like a local doesn't mean pretending you're not a tourist. It just means showing up with curiosity, respect, and an open mind. And maybe, not wearing your passport around your neck. Blend in, soak it up, stay weird, stay curious. So ditch the itinerary, lose yourself in the back streets, and remember, the best travel stories rarely start with, "So I was on this guided tour."